What's happening, friends? We are back with another episode here on this channel that you are either subscribed to or not subscribed to, but
you
should be part of this family.
You better subscribe right now. Who else can you go where you find a couple wearing the same hoodies on the same day?
Hoodie tribe, hoodies.
And that's only because she didn't want to change.
That's false. I've been wearing this all day, and then out of nowhere, he comes with his mint spring vibes, giving us, serving us.
You should have changed, knowing that.
But we're kind of different, though. Look, I let the string hang low, and you tie it up like a bow.
Boom.
Also, you're very consistent with your hoodie gang.
Speaking of consistency.
Great
segue.
Y'all, let's just talk about it. Today, we're talking about consistency. Told you, 2021, I don't know. Lord's not letting us come with anything very sexy. He's like,
no, this is sexy. Consistency is
sexy. Sexy.
Not sexual.
Not sexual. Sexy. It's just sexy. It's sexy for your life, okay? You want to get right. You wrote down these goals. You wrote down all these things. You wrote in your planner.
How you going to achieve them?
Exactly.
Achievement comes through consistency.
It does. Exactly. The goals is just hard work. Like, that's all your dreams are, is just work disguised as
it's the same thing as if you had a New Year's resolution. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to get my body in a better shape. You ain't gonna achieve that in one time going to the gym.
I wish you could. That's where I'm at now. Every time I work out, I'm just like looking in the mirror like, what changed? What did we do?
If it was that simple, we all would do it, and then you wouldn't have the joy of feeling so accomplished when you actually hit that goal, knowing that the work you had to put in and the consistency you had to have, that gives you like just a feeling inside, like, I did that.
You did that. I want that.
I did that?
No, I'm just saying, like, I want to feel that after I work out.
I thought you were trying to say I did that. I'm like, girl, I don't even hit the gym. You know what I'm saying?
You did that, puppy.
I thought you were trying to say I was looking like my young self again.
Well, I mean, I didn't really know you in your young self.
Oh. Well.
I mean, you're young now. There's pain in working out, right? Yeah. Okay?
All day.
So we can
You ain't doing it right if you ain't pain.
Yeah, so we accept that pain, right, when it comes to physical activity. But, like, do we accept the pain and the suffering that you might experience when you're trying to go after what the Lord has told you to do? I'm just saying, I feel like there's somebody watching that you're literally struggling. Like, it just feels very hard, and you're even questioning God. I don't think this is it, because, like, I just don't like it. Should have come. It should come simple, Lord. If it's from you, if it's my natural gifts and talents, it should come just like a wave of a slithery butter going on a.
A wave of slithery butter.
I'm craving butter. But think about it. Like, I mean, wouldn't you say, like, your emotion?
Y'all, I just told Jacqueline, like, her favorite thing to say is, what did you say?
What did you say?
And she just said it. That's an inside joke, but still.
We'll go back in videos that we do. What is that? Like, what was that?
That was I told you so laugh.
If y'all are new to this channel and wondering, wow, are they a couple that's together? Yes, we are united and as one through the Holy Spirit.
But we're a lot different, though.
We are a lot different, but we like to have fun with each other. That's kind of how the relationship started. We save our sweetsy private times away from y'all. So
that's what keeps it consistent.
It keeps it
consistently good.
It keeps it consistently
good. But like you said, though, it is hard to be consistent. It's
through emotion.
Through emotions, and like just with emotions, like you feel like your emotions just take you left, right, up and down. Like you're on one of those little. First of all, I hate roller coasters. You will not see me on a roller. There's no amount of money y'all can pay me to get on a roller coaster.
Oh, now we're talking about roller coasters.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just letting y'all know that I hate roller coasters. I feel like that's how your emotions can take you when it comes to consistency. It takes you on this ride where you just want to jump off or jump on. And you're on, like, you're doing this thing. You feel like God told you to do this thing, or whether it's writing a book or doing YouTube. I don't know. Whatever you choose to do, God told you to do.
Growing out your beard.
Growing out your beard. But you do it the first 2 days, and then you just stop because the third day your emotions wasn't in it. You didn't feel it. And you're like, oh, I don't want to get out of bed. I don't want to take this extra time. I'm tired. I don't want to write that book. I don't want to do these things. And The inconsistency is stopping you from just achieving that thing that God has for you, and like you never know who needs it. Just you don't know who needs that you to be consistent in 2020.
Yep.
One.
Like emotion, I think when you just rather do something.
Yeah.
Like you just rather sit on the couch. I just rather watch this show. I just rather not do anything. That's emotion, okay? Another thing, like, could be your own negative thinking. So
They call that stinking thinking.
Stinking
Thinking.
So there's one thing of just like you're lazy, just calling it out. We all have those lazy moments. Like I'm tired, I'm a mom of 2, I'm a wife, like we all live in this 2-bedroom apartment together and see each other 24 hours a day, all day, and I love it with all my life. But here's the thing, you're also trying, he's working from home, like we're working on this channel, we're working on music and different stuff, and it's like sometimes...
And we got the kids with the most energy in the world.
And you just have, we're in that new parent stage, and like, it's very easy to say, but God, like, don't you see me? Like, don't you see me? I can't do that. Like I can't
make
do
these
that
kids
now.
sleep for 3 hours in the day, which they don't.
But that's not how it goes. Like, you have to... Consistency is also strategizing and being very intentional with your time. Otherwise, you're not going to be consistent. No. So I think like we can go, okay, I'm going to do, say for YouTube, I'm going to do 5 videos a week. What? Okay, you're not going to do 5 videos a week. Just do one solid video, or it's...
Don't try to eat the whole steak at once in one bite. You gotta enjoy, take little tiny bites and
bites, and then
that
when
are
you
doable
master
and
it,
achievable. You could add more. That's something that we learned too. Like when we first started this channel, we had goals like, we're gonna bust out 3 or 4 videos a week, and we're gonna have these things.
That was also right before we had a baby.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about doing all this before having a baby. Like, that's pretty unrealistic to think you could do it. But we thought, we're gonna do this. We're gonna be the ones that do it. Like, let's start with 1 a week first, though.
We even said 2 videos.
Yeah.
And then it was like that wasn't happening.
No.
So we dropped down just if you can do
stripped it down.
one
that's
video,
a win. We take that dub.
Yeah, if you can master the one, like, stop going over and above and beyond to try to prove to yourself and to the world and to your mom and to your friends, like, yo, I'm about this, so
like,
I'm gonna
start 3 businesses at once. Like, no, just focus on one.
Yeah, you're spreading yourself too thin.
Exactly.
If you don't keep your focus, your focus fixed on Jesus and what he has said, and get real with, like, God, what should I be consistent with this year? Because if you haven't been to the throne room and too much of the phone room, then you are in a cloud of confusion.
I like that. Haven't been
Is
to
there
the
a
throne
phone
room?
room?
Too much into the phone room. Yeah.
Basically the phone room, like you're just, oh my God. Did they get that? Did they get that? I don't know. Because I was like, do they think it's a phone booth? I mean, this is in the 80s, and some of y'all are very young. The phone room is, yo, what's Sarah doing? Oh.
Checking them notifications.
Yeah.
Checking it so much that you charged your phone last night, and by midday your phone already dead.
Yeah. And
that's
so we can't, well, here's the deal. I'll be like,
I
have no time. I have no time today. I have no time. But go look, y'all, at your phone, and it will tell you how much time you do have.
Oh, they say the phone don't lie.
The phone don't lie.
Well, they say in the basketball, they be like, the ball don't lie. Like when you shoot a shot and you miss it.
Yeah.
It's like the ball don't lie.
The ball don't lie.
The free throw,
The free throw,
Phone don't lie.
Okay, phone don't lie. Phone tells you how much free time you have.
Yep.
So this was supposed to be about negative thinking.
Like negative thinking. If you're thinking, I can't do this, or what's the point? Like, there's already enough books out there if you're supposed to write a book. There's enough people out there making videos if you're supposed to be on YouTube making videos. Mm-hmm. There's enough people writing songs if you're supposed to be writing songs. Mm-hmm. Then you won't do it. Like, that's going to stop you. Like, the brain, like, your brain is so powerful. Like,
so powerful.
And your thought game has to be on point. You know what I'm saying? Your thought game got to be right if you're trying to achieve, because your mind is kind of like, I feel like your mind is like the engine that's gonna like that. I mean, you think your mind controls your hands, your feet, where you go, and all that stuff. So if your mind isn't right, if you aren't renewing your mind and having these thoughts that are in line with what God says you should be doing, the enemy's gonna come there and throw these little thoughts in your life and try to throw those negative thoughts to try to get you off course.
That's so true. Sometimes, I analyze like where am I?
Mm-hmm.
Like I love a good self-reflection.
Mm-hmm.
Patrick knows. I'm always self-reflecting just because I want to get better and I want to go where God is showing me in my visions. And sometimes if I don't feel like I'm there, I feel like God has been really showing me what my thought life is like. And if you don't believe in yourself, you're constantly going to fall at the voice of other people and other people's opinions and critics and silence and all these things. But I just think your thoughts, just stop. Just stop and think, what have I been thinking about all day? Okay, if Fedra said, oh, you want to write a book. All day I say, can't wait to write this book. This book's going to be so good. This book is going to be a blessing to other people.
Yeah.
I have a voice. I have something to say. God has given me power and a sound mind and authority because he loves me and I'm his daughter and I'm here to share something great. Or do you walk around all day and go, everybody's writing a book about me. She just released a book. I hope it's awful. Gosh, I always step out and then something happens. Man, I didn't have that education she had. Ugh, wish I looked like her. I'd get everything. You know those people though? You know those people.
Hey.
But maybe people don't know you're that person and it's just in your thoughts. You would never say it out loud, but in your thoughts, you're scrolling and you're thinking, if I had her family, if I had that job, if I knew the right people. But do you know who you know?
What's that?
You know God.
Ooh.
And if you know God personally and he has given you this call and commission, who can stop you? Don't let that be yourself.
And then if God's telling you to do it, you really don't need affirmation from someone else.
That's
you really
a
don't need
whole nother point.
Yeah, that's a whole other point. You don't need people to affirm what God's called you to do.
Yep.
Because if you truly believe he's called you to do it, then he called you to do it. He didn't call them to do it. So they may not fully understand why you're doing it, or they may be telling you things like, this is dumb. Why would you do that? Nobody's going to listen to it. Nobody wants to hear your voice. And they could be saying that I don't know why they're saying it, just because they want to hate, and maybe it's something inside them that they truly wish they could do something like that, but they themselves never did it, so they're just hating on you for trying to do it because they thought, if I didn't do it, who you think you are trying to do it? Their words could stop you from that thing, especially with social media and all this stuff, negative comments here or negative. We put so much weight on the opinions and the thoughts of other people that may not even have your best interest in mind from the jump.
Yeah.
They may not even care about, you know what I'm saying? Who are they to stop you from doing what God's telling you to do?
The thing that's I've really never cared about is strangers.
Yeah.
Strangers can say really all they want, and I'm kind of whatever.
Yeah. I don't know you.
But it's people that I have allowed into my inner circle or family or friends. It's silence and the questioning that has always been a weapon that the enemy has used to cause confusion in my life. Even obviously, if you've heard any of our testimony about us being a relationship, that was almost a roadblock. But even when it comes to pursuing the things in my heart, if a family member or friend stays silent when I feel they should be celebrating or watching what we're doing or acknowledging it or promoting it or cheering it on, that's devastating to me.
Throws you for a loop.
And God has really been challenging me. If you don't care purely about my voice and my approval and all of heaven applauding you, then it doesn't matter. You're going to get derailed every single day. Now, I have overcome a lot in the years, but I remember when I was in my 20s and I'd put something creative out and I was doing really good with fashion stuff and I was blogging at the time, and one person would say something or question me and I would take down the whole post. Like, I'd shut down the blog for like a week and be like, it's over. I would never ever do that again.
And you're just laying in your bed underneath your sheets,
literally
crying.
And obviously
Wait,
I would not.
I don't know.
People are cruel on the internet today too. YouTube, like, if you ever read some of these comments, we're like, y'all get a life.
Of course,
like,
the internet is all hands down. They just don't have nothing to do. They're bored. That's a whole.
Again, I read those and I'm like, okay, that's dumb. Now, had it been someone that I'm close to, that would hurt way more.
And that's because you just want those people that are close to you, that kind of know you, to just celebrate you for stepping out. But there are times when that doesn't happen. I feel like the people you were expecting, whether it's family, whether it's family or close friends, like, a lot of times they don't celebrate what you're, because I think they just can't see you as that.
Yeah,
they just know you as who you were before this thing you were stepping out to do. If that was your club buddies, they just know you as,
Club Jammy
Jinxton. But the thing is, they can't see that purpose and destiny on you. And you know what I think? I think sometimes, and this is just me thinking, I think sometimes the Lord may not allow those people that you so desperately desire to be those ones cheering you on in that thing, to be silent, just to see if you would trust that He told you to do the thing He's calling you to
believe in yourself.
And believe in yourself and be consistent in doing it and show up over and over again before He allows the crowd to applaud.
Absolutely.
But so will you be consistent in the silence? When nobody cares.
Let me tell y'all, multitude of things in my life nobody is scared about.
Me too.
But that is so purposeful too.
Family,
again,
friends,
like
strangers. I'm just reliving it.
Yeah, are you reliving it? What is an example?
When it comes to worship and worship leading and stuff like that, and when I go and even some family, I'll go to some family and tell them, I just did this, I had this cool opportunity to lead worship at this church, and they were like, oh, cool. And I'm like, wait, that's it? That's all you're gonna say right now? And then you just hear crickets.
Yeah.
And that could like rip you up on the inside.
Because you want just a little,
that person, like, you just want some kind of like, wow, good job.
Here's just a tip for all of us.
Yeah.
If your best friend is sharing something with you, show up and support them with questions, commentary, and even if you can't stand what they're doing and they're really into fishing, go with them fishing. Like, show up to what they're doing. You don't have to be there at everything, but it is so meaningful to people when you keep up with what they're doing. If these people are truly people that believe in you, then they should be showing up.
Especially if they're close friends. I feel if they're close friends, and they should necessarily take interest in what you are interested in. How close are they as friends? If they
That should be a whole nother video.
Yeah. We have a lot of videos just line up.
But the point is, that can't derail you from consistency, because if you are experiencing that right now and you're like, man, I just wish I'd understand, why do they keep questioning me every time I put something new out there? Like, why are they like, hey, I don't understand, why are you doing that? Like, and that derails you, y'all. No. Consistency. All you need to be is someone that, what was I saying? All you need to be is someone who's consistent, and you do it for the glory of God. You have something to share. You have something to create, and doing it for God should be enough. Like, we are not responsible for where it goes. We're just responsible for planting the seed. Just like when we do these videos, we show up and we're consistent because the Lord has asked us to. If He says, hey, I don't want y'all to do this anymore, then we don't do it anymore.
Shut it down.
But people constantly question why we're doing this. Like, constantly. Like, I don't get why y'all are doing that. What are you trying to do? What are you trying to prove? Why you want to do that?
I feel like when you're doing what God's telling you to do, and it's confusing a lot of people,
that might be a sign you're in the right.
You might be doing what God's telling you to do.
Exactly.
You should be confused because God didn't talk to you about this. He talked to me about it.
And stop. Like, you don't.
And you don't have to explain yourself.
I heard that this week. The Lord was like, Jacqueline, you do not need to explain yourself. And that is
Yep.
also such a distraction for me, because I'll be like, yeah, but if I just like passionately presented my goals and interests, maybe, but I'm like, why?
You wasting your breath.
Yeah, Frederick always reminds me, like, why does a certain person need to understand? That's where I feel God is really strengthening me, and I hope maybe he's strengthening you in this, that he's trying to take you to the next level. We talked in another video about going to the next level in your life, and I think one of them is being so rooted in what God says about you and what Jesus says, and that your thoughts line up so that your consistency lines up and you can stay planting so you can reap the harvest in 2021 and you can reach the people you're meant to reach. And guess what? If the people you're reaching are nobody in your hometown, that is totally fine. You don't have to convince your whole hometown that you've heard from God. You just need to take action and move forward.
Don't let the emotions, outside forces, distractions, the lack of approval or the silence or your friends or your family cheering you on. Don't let any of that stuff stop you from being consistent.
Or the unknown. That was the final point we had. The unknown. Was, if I do this, I don't know if it's actually going to work out for me. And I don't see it working out. Oh man, I did 5 things, God. I did it 5 times and nobody downloaded it. Nobody came to my party. No one came to my shop.
It got 1 view.
It got 1 view, God.
Pretty sure that was mine.
I just replayed it over and over. And when we started this channel, we did it for about 2 years. We weren't consistent.
No.
So
really
we were all over the board. But when we did get consistent and we were doing it like once or twice a week, it was for about 8 months, and our channel did not grow at all. For 8 months, I swear no one was watching, and God would just be like, stay consistent, keep going. Keep going. And I'm like, this is so dumb. Like, I'm pouring my heart out, Jesus. And the thing is, it's not about outward results. It's always about our inner character, our inner thoughts, our mental health, our trust in God, and our belief in him. So I took over once again. I feel like I hijacked your...
You did.
Did you have a point?
No, you said it. You said it well. There's nothing else I need to add. But it's good.
I get really hyped in these videos, and Frederick knows it. And then I rewatch them and go, you should talk less. And then I show up and I keep talking.
Actually, you start the video saying, I'm going to talk less.
Every time I tell Frederick, I go, this is a 10-minute video. That's it.
And then every time you say that, I'm like this. I believe when I see it.
Thanks for watching. Stay consistent this year. Show up. It is worth it. You will see growth. You will see God move in your life. Subscribe,
hit
like,
the thumbs up,
share. We your friends on the internet.
And we gonna be back.
We'll be back next week. Okay. Bye.
Bye, guys.